Hello, Stevie here, and want to make a quick video describing one of my favorite YouTubers who has had a rough couple of years, but he made another milestone, and I covered the previous milestone a few years ago, but a new milestone. John Michno, PinePowerLI, has reached 4,000 subscribers! Yay! So, PinePowerLI, it all started in early 2007, back when I was in first grade. I didn't know him at the time. This was during the time, the aftermath of what happened in his first Westbury apartment. The gallon of blood on the floor from the illegal immigrants living next door. He started posting some things that weren't too nice, and that's how it all started, but he regrets doing that. Anyway, he's just expressing the frustration that he has with illegal immigrants that I had with dogs. This guy really loves the Pine Barrens. He really loves pine trees, really loves nature. And he gives up some of his time to be an unpaid weatherman as he posts these weather updates. He really likes the Pine Barrens, really likes trains and buses. You know, I can recall watching his videos for the first time. He was, complaining about MTA Long Island bus, and now he thinks we should bring MTA LIV back. Which is true, but yeah, he didn't know it could get even worse with Nice Bus back in 2011 when he was making his complaints to MTA LIV for all their cuts. How about that? Starting in late 2014, these were during my not-so-good days, PinePowerLI introduced the Pine News Update. A series that's basically like a reskinning of just the most popular PinePowerLI videos between late 2014 and early 2017, right before he moved to Mineola. It was discontinued in, March of 2017. Then several months later, he moved to Mineola and got out of Westbury, finally. Personally, I think that, given the state that Mineola is going into, if it was always like this, he would have been better off in that Westbury apartment where it's much better conditions in the building. But that would be if, Mineola didn't have those good years right before the pandemic. Then I would say it was a smart move to move to Mineola. And you know how I've talked about, my piercings and my tattoos, and how they mean the most to me, and I can't get rid of them in history if I could. Well, that's sort of like the Pine Barrens for PinePowerLI. He needs to live within 20 miles of the Pine Barrens Reserve. Within 20 miles of a Pine Barrens Preserve is what I'm thinking the distance is. So it's the same sort of concept as what I think for, my need for having ear piercings at, a young age. Having my most recent tattoo that I recently got. It's like that. Only that his can be moved around, whereas mine is a fixed position thing. Because, you need to have it. And it's once and done. So, PinePowerLI is a great advocate. Speaks up for everything. Very nice. Very considerate. And yes, he too is very grateful because after finding out that there are people who are worse off than him in the apartment situation, he started being more considerate towards those who need it more. Who need a better place more than he does. Like this guy in a wheelchair who lives on the second floor of a building without an elevator. Needs to, get himself up the stairs in the wheelchair. He probably currently has, an assistant who carries the wheelchair up the stairs with that guy in the wheelchair. So yeah, PinePowerLI, you're a nice guy. You deserve a better place. You deserve a place on the South Shore or in Farmingdale. And that's what the Long Island Housing Plan. Once housing plans are developed, and it's going to be more housing built in Long Island, you're getting one of those places in the northern part of either Lynbrook or Rockville Center, where it's like higher elevated. And then that will allow you and all those other people who need better housing to get better housing. So you should look forward to that in the new year. And while he did vote for Trandon in 2016, this was a different Trandon who still was bad, but wasn't as bad as today. And he does regret doing that. And him and his Pine Barrens, his buses, his trains, his circle that he takes from Mineola on the Patchogue train to Babylon, then from Babylon to Delmore, then from Delmore to Rockville Center, and then on the N15, N16 to the N22, N24. That circle. Everything like that is all cool about his personality, and I like that. I tried to copy him with that circle by, back when I was living with my mom. I would walk to Crestwood, then down through Parkway Oval, up to this Italian deli on Columbus Avenue, and then back up. That was all inspired by you, John. Only it's a smaller circle. And I totally understand why you can't work, because honestly, I can't either. The only kind of work I can do is CEO work, which is nothing compared to the kind of work I tried doing back then. Yeah, everything's good.